Okay, hang on. I think I got everything going. Is that what that is? No, that's not what that is. Hey, maybe welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Let me move you over here. I don't know why the wasabi peas are out. Hang on, let me. Nope, nope. Uh-oh. Now there's two of me. Look, one red's good enough, okay? Okay. And go. So, hey everyone. Welcome to the 14th weekly roundup, where we discuss things about the channel and about the streams of the past week. I'm sure everyone watching has noticed the new startup screen. I thought it'd be a nice change of pace and something a bit more trusting, as I don't have to continually just make like multiple starting screens for every stream. I can just have this. I think I did this in like 10 minutes. Let me know how you guys like it and if I can change the background or anything. Anyway. Very cool. Nice. Alright, so I guess to start off today, we're going to talk about a game I've been wanting to play for a bit. So, like, earlier today, or maybe late yesterday, somewhere between then and now, Ledger Bound. You know what I should have done? I should have gotten the video for it so everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't know why I didn't think about it until now. It's, I know I have it somewhere. Yeah, this one. Okay. So let me get rid of this, and then we go here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my very awesome personalized certificate. So anyways, so about this game, I guess I'll go into more here. And then turn it down because I don't want you guys having your ears blown off. Hey, you Green, welcome to the stream. So, about this game in particular, I still do plan on playing it on the stream. However, we're going to have to wait a little longer for it because they had recently announced that hang on, maybe I can lower it? Yeah. They had recently announced that they're going to delay the game onto August 11th, and it was supposed to come out next month on the 17th. Which is kind of disappointing, because I was kind of looking forward to that. But then again, with the nature of where I want to take the streams, I guess that's okay for me. It's still disappointing though. So I guess a bit about this game, if everyone watching today or in the future hasn't seen my video for it. It is, as you see, it's a strategy RPG. It's kind of particular. It's very much in the ways of Fire Emblem in games of the like. But it prides itself in its very, I call it Adult Swim-like humor. Alternatively, since this is here, I could have Aura here and just move here, and this one would come. Yeah, if anyone wants to go check out that, I have like 3 videos. But yeah, we're gonna have to end up waiting on this, which kind of blows. I think also, the developers are really, like, going all in. I'm not sure if it's satirical or they're trying to be serious. Like, I feel like, Baldur's Gate 3 had opened, like, this weird thing with, like, romanceable companions. Now, they're not the only ones who have done this ever. It's kind of like a CRPG thing. But I feel like the developers of this game are somewhat making it into like a joke because they keep wanting to like push the idea that you could. So I'm not too sure. It's one of those things where it's like you joke about it so much, I don't think it's a joke anymore. But anywho, yeah. So there's that. Um, yeah, so trying new games. I do want to try some new games on the channel. I know that I said that I have a Digimon Story Time Stranger marathon going on, and I still do plan to do that. But just to keep it fresh for myself and to give me more time to farm, which in all honesty, Digimon Time Stranger is not like is not giving me the room to grow. Like I know that's kind of like weird to point out, but like every area only gives me so much to work with before I have to move on. And yesterday's stream was just terrible. It was just terrible. The the negative thing is too that, no wait, I'll get to that when we get there. But anyways, I do want to try some new games. So on Monday, I do want to try out I do want to play this demo that I found of this game. It's a little on the hmm I know what it's gonna look like, but I swear to you, it's not. It ain't one of those games, but it's very like it wants to like make you believe it is, but it's not. It's called Xenofields, and it's a very fun game, actually. If anyone has ever seen Papers, Please, it's very much like that, but leaning more on a humorous sort of end of it. I don't have any footage to show everyone, and I don't want to go searching YouTube for anything, but check it out when you can, and I might play the demo on the channel on Monday just to see how, just to see how it feels. I am a bit hesitant because of the way Rusty Seas was received on the channel, which is totally not the direction I want to go. But I still want to play a fun game, and I'm still kind of disappointed I never got to finish Rusty Seas on the channel. But yeah, so look forward to that. And I think I might start just dropping like a demo of this, a demo of that, like here and there, just to try and keep the Time Stranger playthrough fun for myself, because I do enjoy the game, but at the same time, playing it so long and being dragged through the story is not fun. Anyway, so channel updates, there really isn't any. There really isn't any. I still plan on the hiatus. I still plan on playing Time Stranger up until then, maybe squeezing a game here and there inside, but I think, I think we're still going to go with the way we're going. I do want to announce that I am working on some new projects, non-stream projects, and I will let everyone know when they happen, or when I have like enough physical things to show. So keep an eye on that. Let me see. I guess now we can just go into the weekly review. I really don't have anything to talk about. I think we just talk right through this. So, of course, like every week, we go through the streams chronologically. And this week is going to be a little challenging because it's been Digimon the whole week. But, we're going to figure it out. Now, I do want to say that I have been updating the thumbnails of whenever my Digimon Digivolve, and I'm going to have to update it again because I got Devimon evolved yesterday. So I gotta make a new thumbnail. I'll probably do that over in the weekend. But anyway, so talking about Mondays. So I do want to talk a bit about like the gameplay cycle of the game. It seems to me that it has a very rigid pathway into playing this game. It's not that much different than like a JRPG or like an adventure game or something like that. You have town, dungeon, boss fight, and interlaced between those things are spits of dialogue. What are the chances? What are the chances this works out? And I get that. What makes this game interesting is that the 3 spots that I mentioned, town, dungeon, boss fight, they're very short. Like the space in between each interval is very short. Very short indeed. It's like you had town, you quickly go into the dungeon, then you quickly go to the boss fight, or sometimes the towns are the dungeon. Like I kind of felt like that with the Factorial area. It wasn't a town, it didn't have one, it just had a shopkeep in the dungeon. Like it was so integrated with one another. Now normally, like I said, with this cycle, I would expect things to like upgrade. I would expect like the shops to get new stuff consistently. I would expect when I encounter new shopkeepers that they would have new items. But so far as I've been playing, that has not been the thing. And I don't use the Digifarm, so I rarely go to that area unless I want to go to that shopkeep to see if they have anything new. And it just hasn't happened. And that's what it does? Boss fights in this game also, like I said, they are certainly boss fights, but I feel as though, like, with the way they designed the game, like you're in the dungeon, and as I said earlier, they only give you a certain amount of farming space and only a certain amount of experience you can gain allocated from like farming there, so say like a couple hours. It's not much. I feel like the game designers had designed the game in a way where you'll never really be able to like destroy a boss. I've been lucky. Some of the latest boss fights I've had this week, I wouldn't say I've steamrolled them, but I did have the upper hand. And it goes back to last week's discussion, where I was trying to talk about me playing a game for fun, but also trying to play a game for an audience. Because, like, these 30-minute, 40-minute boss fights, I really wish I could clear them faster. Now, I don't mind taking like a little while on a boss fight because I've played games, Souls-likes, where the idea of those games is that you find a difficult boss and you keep fighting that boss until you can like read its mind and you can defeat it, or you just defeat it through like just sheer outsourcing it. Yeah, I know. In an RPG, it's a lot like that. Like if you're disadvantaged against a boss, you can always just fall back onto certain strategies. You can have like, in this game I have Celine as like my sort of white mage kind of thing. where I can just have her just continually heal. Actually, for some reason, she's actually super strong, and I don't understand that. And with the way that the game is, like, she's not a data, like a, no, not data, I'm sorry, vaccine type. And so she has, like, neutral advantage or a disadvantage against the majority of the enemies I've been fighting, and I think that kind of sucks. Well, I guess now I gotta get everyone. Because she ends up, like, just hitting things, and it doesn't do much. But her stats are absurd. Anyways. But normally that's kind of been my strategy with this game and like fighting the bosses is just out surviving them. And I feel like that's a safe strategy, but the game doesn't present me the tools where I can try something else. And I think I may have hurt myself in the beginning by not getting more vaccine types. Which I understand typing in a game like this is crucial. You know, rock, paper, scissors, that kind of thing. But I feel like in this game, it's way more important than, say, Digimon. No, I mean, I'm sorry. This is Digimon. I'm sorry. Pokemon. Actually, you know what? If Digimon had a stab, it would probably be doing way more damage than I am. About this in particular, the underwater segment was okay. And I think it sort of sets like the idea for the rest of the gameplay. Is that, again, with that cycle, town, dungeon, boss fight, you have like these sections where you just walk around and they're like, go here. So they're kind of like forcing you down a very linear tube. And I know while there are a lot of JRPGs that, you know, they are linear. JRPGs are a bit linear, but I think a good amount of them at least allows you to explore a bit. Some good things about this game, though, is that it's very nice looking. They took what they did with Cyber Sleuth, and they upgraded it. Do we need this moment again? Unfortunately, they also upgraded the kind of narrative it has, so you gotta take the good with the bad. Especially like these moments where I feel like it's not like there's no point to it. Like we already had this moment, like the stream before this one. Like we already had this moment. I don't quite understand why it's like that. Yay, time to add in something pointless to say. Let me see. What else can I talk about? The number of side quests I've had are basically just fetch quests. I really hope they spice up a little. Like, at least this one was like a boss fight. Anyone who enjoys my drilling fun time gets drilled too. Ready to launch. I'm sure a good portion of it is probably not that light. Alright, so what can I do? Data, and doesn't seem... But really nothing of note happened here. I think narratively we did manage to fix Blimpmon. Which is funny that in the future that there's a Master Blimpmon and they don't recognize us, or at least haven't had the chance to talk, so it may not even be the same one. You know, I keep forgetting to check if I can have one. Ugh. I want that. I want maybe in a future stream, maybe I'll have like a joke team where it's like a small battalion. Because I saw like there's a tank mon, there's a blimp mon. Yeah, there's an Agumon with a machine gun. I'm like, I don't know. It would be hilarious if I have like this militarized Digimon team. I want to see that.
I shall be going. Hey, he just fixes the guy and he just leaves. Hey, take a look at me. Pretty cool, eh? I'm ready to fly across the skies again.
What happened? Yeah, we did like a bunch of side. We did some side quests, and we finally got around to doing like a last bit. Or I think I just did, yeah, we did the story.
Well, that's cool.
Now there is something here I do want to talk about. So it's about these two. So look, you ever have that moment? Like, let me know if you do. Have you ever, if anyone has ever had that moment where you have like an opinion about like a game or like a show, a movie or something, and you go on the internet and you're like, does anyone else think this way too? So I have like this opinion about these two. They're the worst Digimon characters I've ever had the misfortune of playing with. The worst. Now, granted, my experience with Digimon stuff is limited, but like these two are just straight up awful. If anything, they're straight up toxic. Like especially her. She's got problems and it's just influencing him. Honestly, he's not the problem, she's the problem. And I think the game is like skirting around this issue. So I did what I said earlier, right? I went into the internet, like Steam discussions, and I found, like, I didn't search all the pages, but I did find a couple of them where they're like, oh, Agumon is like the worst Digi protagonist in the series, and like other stuff. So I'm not alone in saying that these two are awful.
Why is our guy just sitting there like he's a psychologist?
I'm gathering my thoughts. Hang on. So yeah, I'm not alone in this sentiment of mine. The thing is that
Behind camera, I'm rolling him hard.
it's the game itself that's more my issue.
I don't think she was ever into the supernatural or urban legends. At least not until
Like,
last
the game itself is in a pattern where we're the, quotes, I can't move my fingers, the main characters, but we're more like just a side character for these two. And I have to say, their relationship is very weird. It's a thing in like writing where a couple characters where they're not supposed to have a thing sound like they kind of do, which makes it kind of weird here because like of the way how one views the other. It's completely bizarre and unhealthy. Now, I'm not saying that I want like saints in my video games. What I'm saying is that as like someone of like super importance, because we're like a time traveling agent trying to save the world, these two are kind of like the anomaly. They are the anomaly and we cannot address that, and I find that very frustrating. You're definitely not alone. They are awful. Thank you. That's all I wanted.
the smallest clue about the accident.
She should just say so then.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way. And like I said, I searched Steam discussions, and there's a couple on there like that too.
Hiroko is really kind of.
It's just that we're not allowed to actually do anything about it. We're just along for the ride, and it's frustrating.
You will in time. After all, you're basically still a newborn.
So it's like we have selfish. Wait,
Is
we have
that
like
what you're
selfish and idiot, and we can't do anything about it. And I find that just like we're just there to observe, even though the mission was to fix the thing.
Oh, cool. Those like one of
When did this stop? Oh yeah, when we got to the jungle. Okay, yeah, we just go to Tuesday.
He's got war crime. Missile
So for
drills.
Tuesday,
Hell yeah.
we got to the jungle,
Here goes. Stun.
which I say it's a cool area. I like the jungle area. I just don't like how we had to use Palmon to go across the gaps and that there were so many of them.
You got
Like, I understand, like, look, I played Legend of Zelda.
yeah, freaking
It is common practice in a Legend of Zelda game
big ass.
that when you get a new tool, you're going to use it a lot until like a certain point.
Cool.
And I understand that. But this game had it where, like, it's not quite like that. The spaces at which you had to
Hell yes.
you had to use Palmon to get across the gaps were so numerous. But the area itself was quite nice. I really do like the variety that they're presenting us. At least each of the worlds feel different.
A higher crit chance to the rest of her moves.
I can give it that. At least it feels different.
Attachments that help that out. Hopefully she'll be critting us a lot.
Heck yeah.
I'm sorry.
My team is insane. Ah, I love them. Anyway,
Actually, was there something I wanted to do? Oh man, no, never mind.
let me see if I can get on to a more interesting part. That way or not, like,
I want to go in
you
this
know.
direction. Just to see how it's going. Ready to launch.
Here. We'll go here.
Here I go. Talisman of light.
There's points where I want to make the game more interesting for the streams, but there's also a part where I know that doing that would take too long to do, so I turn on auto mode.
Don't take the enemy out.
It's been kind of like the crutch for me,
One
both
second.
in streams and in farming. Auto mode has kind of been like
Up to, like, hit chance.
saving my
It's
patience.
quite- It's a little frustrating. 'Cause look, you can do the multiple skills.
What I'm not into though when I turn my Digimon into auto mode is that they don't use, like, they're not very
He
efficient.
even has one.
They just use what's available.
Frustrating. Smack.
And that's kind of annoying. But then again, it saves me from... I know it's going to sound stupid, but it saves me from playing the game after playing it for like maybe half an hour to like an hour.
There. You are the only one left. All your brethren are dead.
Let me see if I can get somewhere more... I keep saying, like, I want to find an area that's more interesting. But I can't. Yeah, so now we're in one part of the cycle where we're in a town.
Well, look, we can just enter
Right.
this house with a big ass door.
And this town is alright. Honestly. It's based in, like, the forest. I'm not sure what
Great.
anyone would really expect outside of that.
It probably raises defense or something.
You know, it is what it is. It's a town in the forest. Although, honestly, I wouldn't mind anything like, say, Final Fantasy 12.
Anything else I can poke at? I can go up here.
I think at some point, though,
And Stingmon.
I
Oh,
think
cool.
the game developers
I
may
recognize
have
them. Looks
done,
it's
like,
my
they did a
potential
good
Digimon
job
Digimon
of making the
characters.
town lively, because they put, like, a lot of different Digimon on here that, you know, they populate the area, they move around, and it's cool, you know? The first central town was like that, and that was neat. This is like that, that's neat.
Wow.
I also feel like
Speed augment chip.
that there's no point to them.
Cool.
I know, like, usually in games, there's not supposed to be a point for
Oh, okay.
NPCs.
Sorry, I expected another zip line thing.
But again, in this case,
Ooh, what's this?
like, there's nothing there.
Water dungeon. You know what? I haven't done one of these on stream yet. I should do that. Why is
I've been
that so
skipping the
weird?
outer dungeons really just to get the flow of the stream going. But honestly, you guys are not missing
Not
much.
me, like the poor man's second,
They're a lot like the one I did here, where like these little challenge things like the last one I did,
Why does it look like that?
which was in the underwater level from last stream, was that you basically just had to be in an area for an amount of time without dying. That's all you really had to do, and that's not gonna do much for the stream.
Anyway, yeah, let's do one of these.
Or for me, really. I regret doing it.
Dungeons. They usually have like a sort of like mini game on it or something like that. I figured we'd just do one. You know, for the sake of having it on stream.
Let me see,
Defeat all enemies. Okay.
yeah, the events in this chapter were okay. You know, we went through a foggy area. We went to go do like this unique boss fight, which I do like the change of pace actually. That it wasn't necessarily a boss fight. It was more like I don't want to call it a puzzle, but they wanted you to destroy all the enemies at the same time. And I thought that was interesting, trying to like strategize how to do that in a turn cycle. That did make it interesting.
Oh, we
I would like to have more of that. Because like I said earlier, the boss fights earlier have been just slogs. Here's an insane health pool, go through it. And that's literally what I've been doing. So making it like a little more interesting like this is a nice change of pace. It's just that it's not frequent enough.
It's time to do my part. Symphony number 2. Aria.
I do hope at one point in the story that we're actually able to get rid of Aegiomon and not have any like guest NPCs. Because it would be really nice to be able just to rely on my own team.
Why would it do that?
Or hey, maybe I can fill in the 4th slot myself. When this game was first going on, was first being talked about, I didn't think Aegiomon was gonna have like a permanent slot, or that you would have like a guest NPC occasionally. I'm used to guest NPCs in games. I played Final Fantasy IX. It happens a lot. But like, in this game, it just seems like it's a constant thing. And I would have really preferred if I was able to use like
Symphony number 1.
all 4 of the team slots.
Oh no.
That would be nice. I want that. I also have to say, the leaders in this world are not so much leaders as more as they are just pointing at a thing and doing the thing. At least this guy, no, not these two.
Do I really have to answer this?
Anyways, the big guy with like the drinking problem, at least he had a plan.
In a world without that.
And that's probably like the most we're probably going to ever get out of this game.
Gather all the able-bodied young folk in the village. We're going into high alert mode.
Also, he looks like a creature from Monster Rancher. Anyone watching now or like in the future,
Sober now.
let me know. Does anyone else remember Monster Rancher?
Got a small
I do.
favor to ask. A message for Junimon.
It kind of filled in like a very weird spot on TV, and it even has like a couple of games for itself.
It's a shame, but the days of
Like there was a creature that was a lot like this. He had like a big eye, like right here, and he was like yellow. He was supposed to be like the mascot of the series, which is a very poor choice, by the way.
are over.
Yeah,
Unless we meet
I remember
this
that.
attack with
Huh.
everything we have, we'll lose.
So looking at this guy kind of reminds me of that.
War?
Let me see. I think we did some side quests after this.
Possible.
Next time you're around, drinks are on me. I'm counting on you.
And not much else after that. Oh yeah, we did some terrorism. That was fun. We went around and we destroyed the homes for some fun bee-mons. Just for their honey. Heroic stuff. So next day, we got to do like this whole train sequence, which was a little different. I'm okay with that, but I hope we don't do this again. Like, I don't want this to happen again. This sucked.
Are these things just weak on purpose?
And it took me a while too, because like when like they get you when you're trying to bring down the thing and you can't necessarily aim your Digimon, they just sort of just hit something that's in front of you. Yeah, like this situation. And then you have to restart the entire sequence. I kind of wish they had it where you just did a battle instead.
Oh, you see, I thought a battle would just happen.
If you did a battle instead, I'd probably be a little happier with that. Now, again with the narrative nonsense, this. Come on, YouTube, don't do this to me. Another thing that consistently happens in this game is that I'm trying to do a boss fight, and I know I could take it on, like this guy. I could have beaten this guy, and the game constantly has like these cut-ins, or they interrupt the flow, and I'm just not into that. I don't vibe with that, you know. And narrative nonsense. Junomon is like supposed to be like insanely powerful, right? She proves it here.
Holy moly.
Just one-shots the asshole. And then later on, we're fighting the Three Stooges here. Let me get to it, which took a while. This. It's not. I'm trying to get it to a point where I can make my point, because I really suck with playing with the YouTube slider thing. Yeah, that is like you get this. So literally, she just one-shot something like 20 minutes ago, and now it's like, oh no, I'm so weak and helpless.
What?
And then this asshole, completely gaslighted and like out of his damn mind, is like, oh hey, you're supposed to be the chosen one, do the chosen one stuff. No, I'm gonna follow the selfish asshole that I've been following the entire game. Screw you all.
The humans will return.
Yeah, you wanna know why she's pissed off? I'm pissed off. I mean, we're trying to get rid of this kid forever.
To get megas, I have to get the agent rank, just for completion's sake.
This area of the game was kind of interesting, and why there are certain things in video game, and like, I don't know, video game storytelling
Whoopee.
that kind of never change. Now, if you played enough of them, there's this idea that you never really, like,
Now here's where we're going to go crazy. Hell yeah.
RPGs,
Atomic Blaster.
the closer you are to beating the game, the weirder they get. I don't know what it is, but I do know it's like this sort of, like climbing a tower, right? The higher you are, the more of a drop there is. You know what I'm saying? And in video games, it's interesting that the closer you are to beating them, the weirder they get. It's that same kind of idea. And usually in like, you know, when you're in the middle of the game, when all hell breaks loose, like in the story, it happens all the time. And with the most popular RPGs too. Like, if you played Final Fantasy VIII, this kind of thing happens as well, where in the middle of the game, Like, they're in like this school that's also a ship, and it gets like attacked and blown up and stuff. It looks, you know, all hell breaks loose. But that's like the middle of the game, and then you have like this whole other half of it. So it's quite funny that like even nowadays,
Oh, it works on all
years
the
later,
games.
like
Oh,
what,
dude,
6th generation of consoles
gotta have to
later,
be so broken.
that we still have like these story peaks.
No, he recoiled.
It's sort of the equivalent, like, you know, you're watching a family film that's like meant for kids, and then someone dies, and then it's like after the movie,
Oh,
you know, they try and like
what happened?
cheer the audience up
Probably gonna
afterwards.
remake
It's like you could just avoid that entirely, and they've been doing it forever. Games are a lot like this too.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm pretty sure I said it on this stream, but
I mean,
like,
everyone's getting,
if this was a
fancy stuff,
PS1
so
game,
might as well just keep doing
after
it.
this
I'll tell
point,
you
there
all
that
the
it
specs, just
totally would have been
slow process.
that, oh, now change to disc 3 or change to disc 2 or something like that.
Great.
That was in the ancient years before we got multi-layered CDs and like Blu-ray.
I wonder at what point the big game developers just figured that we were just not gonna care about like the two other characters.
Which I guess is good that when you're playing like on digital now, you don't have to do it anymore.
I wonder if I give her 2 of them.
But this totally felt like that. Like if it was a multi-disc game,
Hang on.
this is the point where you would have to change
I
discs.
think I have 2. No, I do not.
Let me see, what else can I talk about?
Well, I could probably put them to sleep. That'd be funny.
I'm actually kind of sad that we were going through the sewer or the aqueducts again, that none of the boxes refilled themselves.
Just a little bit of experimenting, you know.
It kind of makes me wonder, if I never opened them,
Yeah, so we gotta
would
go that way. Let's
those
raise
boxes
the
have the same
Here's the
contents?
way to go.
Ready to go.
One got hit way
Just a
harder than the
thought.
other one.
Yeah, this boss took forever, like the rest of them do. But at least it made it interesting.
Come on, let me do the
Like,
final
it
hit.
was a double phase boss
Alright,
fight,
this should take him out.
and at the second end of it, you had to use like an item. So you can stop the time stop thing.
Chest missiles for the win.
But again, it had the issue throughout the fight that I wasn't allowed to fight the fight as long as I needed to, because they had to cut in with a cutscene.
Now.
Here it comes! Giga Destroyer!
I feel like for this situation here, I feel like I said, I sort of shot myself in the foot, because with Buddy being the only vaccine Digimon that I have, it makes situations like this a little more difficult. And for like a good amount of the game too, because I've learned that the type is more important than trying to discover like an elemental weakness. And a lot of Digimon I've been fighting have had a weakness towards vaccines.
Are you okay?
And that's probably not going to change. Because I think I did some light research. The Digimon that I'm going to end on, they're still going to be
Darn.
where they're at.
Stop it. Brace.
Maybe except when I get Plutomon. I think Plutomon's a vaccine. I could be wrong about that. Doesn't look like one. And that's going to be cool. I have very cool plans for my Digivolutions.
Launching cross arc.
Moving on to the next day, where we adventured, I don't know, the back rooms or something like that, and we found a little kid's tea party. Apparently they're gods.
Huh? How do you people
Again, RPG slowly turning weird.
here?
is kind of a normal thing.
A space-time disturbance, huh? What a pain.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, though. I'm kind of glad these things still exist. You know, there's like a level of expectation.
The current's all blocked up. That's probably why Homeros is so sleepy.
Let me see.
I guess we better get serious about finding a solution.
Time altering was kind of weird.
Sorry, but could we ask you people to leave?
I kind of wonder if that's going to be a mechanic later, where we're going to have to like jump between paradoxes.
Goodbye now.
Yeah, we learned that they're doing Digimon experiments like it's Resident Evil.
Very good.
So I guess at some point we're going to have a boss fight where it's like Digi Tyrant. Wait, that does exist! Chimeramon! Oh, I just thought of that.
Quit and ran away.
That does exist. Huh.
I do it.
Escaping this place is our top priority now. Come on.
This stream was awful. This is actually part 1 of it. I don't know what happened that day. I know trying new things for me is dangerous, but I tried to remedy it, and I think I ended up just making it worse.
What I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn off for a bit.
Because it was like super, because
and
I
we'll
wanted,
finish right back
I just
on.
want
I'm
the
gonna
stream
try
just to look better.
fix the latency.
I just wanted it to look better, and I did some things to try and
Hopefully I
fix
just
that.
jump right back on.
But I ended up just, I don't know, something happened. Maybe I made it worse, or maybe the wind blew too hard.
think my
I don't
PC
know.
froze.
And I tried to jump right back into the same stream so I don't have multiple parts. But I got multiple parts anyway.
Great.
I should have explored a little more. I was just so wanting to get into like the action that I just didn't I didn't explore. I should start doing that, just exploring more.
Yeah, I don't know why everything just wigged out all of a sudden.
Wow.
It seems to be running fine now.
It is when I'm at a point where the stream is doing terrible, like it's skipping around, it's pausing, I'm losing contact with my chat. I sort of get into like this mindset where I just want to like just
This way.
beeline to a more appropriate spot where I can stop playing the game.
Well, well, it's been 8 years. That's quite a long time. I assume you got the details from Asuna? Public safety changed after Captain Kuremi retired due to injury. Seeing how low they've stooped makes me sick. I wanted to find a way to
I also feel like that maybe that they kind of moved us along a little too fast. But yeah, we return to the digital world in a different time paradox, and everything sucks. It's starting to look less like digital world and more like Midgard.
What is that?
Again, I really like having the ability to look at a Digimon that I'm sure everyone has probably seen, but it's like new to me because I've been so out of it. And I'm like, what is this? How long has that been there?
Chimon. I kind of figured that.
That's
was the name.
kind of cool.
I didn't even know that was a Digimon.
Let me see. Oh yeah, there's a bigger blimp mod. Wait, wait,
Right? Oh, that's
where is he?
If I had to guess.
No, not these two
it just
jackasses.
so happens I have. Thanks. Like I said. All right then. Shall we be?
Like, you see like the tail end over there? Yeah, look, he's got the bigger guns, and on top of it, there's like even bigger stuff. I want to play with this guy. Let's go. Digital World needs saving? Well, that's okay. I'm working on Digi Alucard from Hellsing, and I also have a blimp with a bunch of guns. We can rain down hellfire, and it'll be awesome. Oh, is that not very heroic? Well, hell, you're just being a hypocrite, because you don't know what the real heroes did in history. I'm just more honest about it. Look, it's got a drill. Everything is cooler with a drill. Ever since Gurren Lagann, everything's... I did not notice this guy before. What in the hell is that? I should look it up. Hang on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Give me a second. I'm going to look up if I can get Blimpmon. Let me see. Time... Stranger... Blimpmon. I'll do it right now. Now that I have, like, the idea. Let me see. I think I can show it. Hang on. Yeah, you can. Check it out. You can get a Blimpmon. And it's a champion. Writable? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hang on. I gotta see. How do you get it? Evolves from Hagurumon and Toy Agumon. Oh man, you know, I had one. Oh, dude. I've got to get a new one. I gotta find out how to find these two again. And that's what we're gonna do. We're going to get Blimpmon. Evolves 2. Let's see. To local. I can have a train? Wait. We're gonna make a separate page for that. And yeah, you can get Master Blimpmon as the ultimate. Oh, that's sick. And yeah, you can write it. I wonder how that is. And I'm curious. Is there a mega form of this? Alright, so I see ground Locomon, but there's no, like... there's nothing beyond just Blimpmon. Hang on. So you can get the train. So, wait, can I write it? Yes, so does that mean I can literally run over Digimon? Oh, dude. Huh. I also got this. Okay, so this looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Hang on, I should show everyone. Give me a second. Give me a second. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh monster that look just like that. Yu-Gi-Oh gun dragon monster. I don't know the name of it off the bat. Okay, I found it. So, like, this thing looks like this thing. Oh no, I can't show you. I can't show you because the thing is weird. But look, it's like a dragon with like multiple revolvers on it. And look at this thing. It's the same thing. And we have ground Locomon. Okay. That's kind of cool too, actually. Oh man, I should have kept the Hagurumon I had. Damn, now I gotta find a new one. Ah, well.
Something just hit my window. What the hell is that?
That was dope. That's what I wanted. This game won't let me have fun. I know how to save the digital world. I shall wage war. with superior militaristic might.
I don't know why the developers felt the need to like give you the option if it didn't mean anything. I don't get that.
So the revisit to this place is kind of the same thing as like the first time around, except there was just way more dialogue. I'm still in this place, by the way. After the stream ended, I stuck around and I managed to get
Augment chip.
my Devimon, whom I have renamed as Alucard. As you see, I managed to digivolve him. So you'll be able to see it the next time I play this game, and in the future thumbnail as well. I had digivolved him into Astamon. Because I wanted to go in that direction and then end at Plutomon. I know Plutomon has a Digivolution after that, but I'll probably hang on to just regular Plutomon. And there's also a personality skill that you can get called Vitality Theft. For every amount of physical damage that a Digimon does, you get 10% back. And with Plutomon being, as I've researched, being able to do like a group amount of physical damage, I thought that would kind of tie in with the whole Vampiric HP steal thing. And also I'm thinking like Baskerville Hounds. And I'm just, you know, I was doing this research, I'm like, this is just mad no life king type stuff, so that's what direction I'm going with it. So I kind of stuck around here. I'll just get to the boss fight. It was right here.
Because that was magic.
So this isn't exactly a boss fight that you're able to like... No, that's not true. I did defeat it, but the multi-phases made me kind of just muscle through it. Which is okay. It's just my my two spellcasters in the first stage just weren't able to do the damage that I think they should be doing, simply because of the typing. Like Sentinel and Celine should have just shredded this thing, and they couldn't because they're data type, and the boss is weak to vaccine type, and that's kind of like been my issue.
Oh, here's Dark. Okay.
Playthrough long.
You know, this game is really punishing me for having characters like of a certain type. Like if I had like,
But then when it changed sides and I was able to use physical attacks, it did go a little easier because I think my physical attackers across the board are just stronger, which again makes no sense to me because Celine has such high stats, but yet still falls behind of like Buddy and Galahad, and I don't get that.
the game's like, "Eh, well,
I still feel really terrible for the stream, yesterday's stream just going so terribly.
it's probably right.
They raised their body up. Looks like they're trying to end this. Aim for that core thing in their mouth. I can sense massive power coming
Ugh.
from it.
I'm not gonna break it, aren't I?
I think what happened was maybe just a multitude of things. I think what happened was, I think something was going on with the weather. And, you know, just sneezing makes my internet just want to jump off a cliff. I changed settings in OBS, and that pisses OBS off. So there's that. It's working fine now, but I'm not playing a game. The weekly roundups, I think the weekly roundups have never had an issue. Really, because I'm not doing much. I'm just sitting here just talking. Hell yeah.
We took it out.
That should have been
Yeah.
like a short. I want to know, is that little moment there like scripted? Hang on, can I want to replay that right here. Yeah, I gave Buddy acceleration boost, which doubles his physical attack, or one attack. That's a lot to say, and it sounded dumb as hell, but you get my meaning. And look how much health it has, right? It even has like the shield to try and protect it. And Buddy just blows it right up. Very cool. It's gone.
We took it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. See, that's the kind of stuff I should have just made a short of this. Maybe I still will. I think after this, I might.
That was a lot of damn. I wonder if that was scripted.
Come on, guys. We better.
Because I have,
Looks like talking alone.
I haven't made a short in a while. The frequency of them have been a little smaller. Because again, the thing is that like games like this and point and clicks is that there's very little to actually highlight. Unless the game is purposefully funny, or maybe I make a joke or something like that, which is an infrequent thing. It's very hard to try and make to highlight a specific part of a playthrough or of a video and turn that into something that's more digestible for modern day masses that can't hold retention for more than 2 minutes.
But it's acting really bad, but at least I put out at least an hour's worth of stuff, so.
And I don't know, it's just
Still enjoy it.
it's just hard to do.
You know, now and in the future.
I've talked about this last weekly roundup.
Friday. So, here it goes.
Go check that out if you want to hear my discussion and thoughts about
The Gray Box.
my enjoyment versus entertainment. And you just go check that out. But just to summarize, there's just parts of when I'm trying to decide to play a game on stream where I have to balance if I'm going to enjoy it or if the game is going to be entertaining enough to play on a stream.
Those that stuck around and lurked, and
That's
those
basically
that
the summary of
stuck
it.
and dipped their toes in the water, decided it was too hot and left. Join me tomorrow where we on Friday, and as we do on every Friday, we
I
do
am glad
the
though that
weekly
my voice
roundup,
does come through when
where I find
the
discussion,
stream like
talk about
wigs
some
out like
share some
this,
channel
so you're
updates,
not missing anything that
and
I'm
look
saying.
back at
That's
the previous
that's
stream of the
good.
week, which, yes,
At least
I
my
know
voice comes
will
through
be
because
hard it's
as
been
far
Digimon
as the world
only,
knows
but
me, this is
check
it.
out.
This Fox man that you have to
And
listen
hopefully
to
I'll
for
have
an
the
hour a
issue
day.
with OBS solved then. So, with that, I hope
So it's
everyone
really
has a good
important
night,
that I get
or
heard.
good morning, wherever you are.
Let me see. Anything else I can talk about while we're here? Because that's the last video of the week. Aside from today's, of course. Let me see. I really don't have anything. I wish I could tease Monday's game, because it's not going to be Digimon. I'm going to play something else entirely. A demo, namely, but I think again, my channel was supposed to be more about indie and retro games. And I kind of want to get back into the swing of that. It's just I really have had nothing to show like that. Really because of, again, I spoke about it in the past, hardware issues, and that some of the games I'm interested in just simply are not out. There's nothing to show. So merely, like I mentioned earlier, a game that I wanted to show next month is now been delayed. So that really, yeah, that kind of bums me out a little bit. But then again, depending on, it might be a good thing because I think by the time Ledger Bound does come out, I will be out of hiatus. So I guess it works out. Which again, it's still planned. I still am going to take that because I wanted to do new things for the stream, try out some new stuff. The new starting and ending screen are part of that. And I'm going to try to just make new stuff. I might even redo some of my costumes. Like, I do notice that my Digimon costume is a little weird because the thing I use to because I hand draw these things. Pencil and paper. I hand draw this stuff. I put it into a scanner to put onto my computer, and I edit it there. That's kind of what you're looking at. It's like this 4-step process, and that's how I've been making my costumes. But for some reason, when I made like my Digimon costume, something just went awry, and the lines just didn't come out crisp enough. It comes out like a big long blue noodle. I just gotta fix it one of these days. I might even update the avatar that you're seeing now. Not just like a huge difference, but I do want to change like maybe the snout or something like that. Make like a full body one. But yeah, but anyways. So hopefully during that time, I'll be fixing the stream. And again, of course, I'm going to have some really cool stuff planned in the future. I'm going to post it wherever I can. Of course, here on YouTube, I might talk about it in a future stream. Or if you have Blue Sky as well, check that out. That's where I'll be. And yeah, so of course, I'm always open for discussion about things. Whenever like the chat wants to like come on and like join the conversation or something like that, I'm always into that. Or like even people in the future, don't be afraid to drop a comment, you know? So anyway, I guess now that we've passed like the hour limit, which is my usual kind of thing, usual kind of time. Sometimes I do stretches like 2 hours. Really depends on the game. It really depends how I'm into the game. And if God doesn't want to be a jackass and screw up my internet access or something. So I guess this is it. We're gonna wrap up, and we will continue Monday. So here comes the send-off. Hey, I'm Red, the Gray Fox. I stream here on YouTube Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out. It helps me get seen by the algorithm gods. Make sure, feel free to leave a comment or a message, however you could find me. I'm okay with any of it. Saturday and Sunday, I take off from streaming, but I do come back on Monday, as I said before, where I'm going to be playing the demo to Xenofields. I might have to put... No, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. Xenofields, and then we'll... If I don't have anything planned for Tuesday, we'll just go right back to the Digimon Marathon. And then, of course, on Friday, like every Friday, like this Friday, we do the weekly roundup. We've done 14 of these so far, and I always feel like every time I get to do one of these, it feels like I've passed a milestone. Which is awesome. These are my favorite days of the week. I really get like the idea of just being able to just sit here explain my mind about like some stuff, share some things, and otherwise. Anyways. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I'd like to thank everyone in the chat that came by, stuck around, and participated in the stream. I'd like to thank everyone that came by, stuck around, and lurked. I see you. And I'd like to thank everyone that came by, didn't stick around, peeked in, dipped their toes in the water, decided it was too hot and left. See you all on Monday, and I hope you all have a good night or a good morning, wherever you are.